Mia herself is a pretty hot character, but her DPS, in my opinion, is not that impressive. Her kit is very easy to understand. You use her burst for bosses, and you use her skill for mobbing. That's it. She doesn't need to reload, as far as I can see. I've been playing her with a bit. She doesn't need to reload whatsoever. She replenishes her own ammo without needing to reload, I guess. Her gameplay kind of reminds me of Boo Boo, but with a shotgun and charge shot. And she also doesn't need to reload. For a shotgun character, she does have a lot of distance, so you don't need to be that close to the enemy, which is pretty nice, which means you can break parts from a safe distance. So a safe way to deal with that bastard Joe. In general, she is very good for mobbing. In fact, she might be like one of the best mobbing characters we've had so far. If you do want to take care of mobs easily and mow them down, I do think Mia is your girl for that, since her charge attack from her skills can attack up to like 10 enemies. Her skill will also just deal a lot of damage depending on how long you charge it, but it's only really useful for mobbing, so you're not going to be using her charge shot for bosses whatsoever. In fact, you're going to be using her ultimate instead. Her ultimate doesn't cost any energy. She'll basically just rapid fire at the enemy when you left click after hitting her ult. You basically need to like left click once, and then she basically just rapid fires at the enemy. She enters this state called the limit break state for the rest of the battle, and you basically just use her burst whenever it glows again. She is a pretty Oonga Boonga character. She doesn't need to reload at all, so you can fire away without ever reloading. If you're gonna use Mia for robbing yeah, robbing people. If you're gonna use Mia for mobbing enemies, I do think you need Etchel with her, since her charge shots can leave her vulnerable to enemy attacks, since you're basically just sitting there charging up your attack. I think her best partner for right now is going to be the new Glow Yao, since I forgot to mention that when Mia bursts, she does automatically crit, and Yao does add crit damage to her allies, so she is a pretty good character for Mia so far. Haru, the free Haru anyways, is most likely going to be her best in slot. However, Haru is not going to be released until November 27th, so that's basically like we gotta wait like a whole month for the free Haru to really unlock the potential of Mia's DPS, because as right now it's she's pretty mid. Just like with any gacha game with the weapon banner, Mia's signature weapon is pretty strong. It's called the Skirted Confession. Funnily enough, the weapon is wearing a skirt, which is pretty hilarious. The weapon will boost electric damage by 18%, and when Mia replenishes her own clip, which is the reason she doesn't reload, it'll increase Mia's attack by 18%. When she automatically crits from her burst, or she does a charged shot with her skill, it'll increase the ballistic damage the enemy will take by 18%. Both her skill and her ultimate can also get ballistic damage boost, if I've mentioned that before. Pretty busted weapon, if I do say so myself. Speaking of weapons, when Mia is equipped with an electrical weapon, she'll deal 30% more electric damage. For 100 alignment index, it'll increase by 5%. For her logistics, you're probably either going to run attack or crit damage, maybe like a hybrid of both. Maybe have one logistics be attack and the other two be crit damage, since she does automatically crit with her burst. With her manifestations at M1, when equipped with a special clip, her damage will ignore 50% of the enemy's electrical resistance, which basically increases her damage. At M2, for 16 sugar crux consumed, increases damage of supernova shells by 8% up to 24%. When Mia uses her ultimate, she basically gains like these supernova shells, and when she uses her ultimate again, she basically like consumes those shells. So basically M2 will increase her burst damage even further. In general, I do think M2 is a pretty good stopping point for most characters, since M2 is pretty good in general. Either you buy the M2 or farm them in the personal files. Now, addressing the elephant in the room, the elephant being named Chenxing. I do think Chenxing is stronger than Mia, mostly because Chenxing, she just has, higher damage. Chenxing is also just as Unga Boonga as Mia, right? With Chenxing, you basically hit E, burst, E again, burst, right? Chenxing is very easy to use. She's very good at mobbing as well. Good at single target as well, right? Chenxing in general is just very fucking strong. So if you do have Chenxing, I do think Mia is worth skipping, right? Easy skip. But Mia herself, she is pretty hot. Her gameplay is pretty different. I do think her gameplay is funner than Chenxing's, ironically enough. But yes, I do think Chenxing is stronger. However, we do get the free Haru on the 27th, so maybe Haru could, boost Mia up a little bit. Haru is also an electric character. Hopefully Haru will be like a sub DPS, kind of like similar to the Riptide Marion. But overall, I do think Mia, she is strong, but she is an easy skip. I do think Chenxing is generally stronger. Pull for Mia if you're horny, right? That's basically what Snowbreak's about. If you're horny, you pull. That's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think about Mia, and I will see you guys later.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.